Alright guys, so today we are talking about कि चाइना ने अपना एयर क्वालिटी कैसे फिक्स कर लिया इन 5 years और इंडिया क्यों नहीं कर पा रहा है। एंड यू गाइस बिलीव मी और नॉट, मैं इसको बहुत अच्छे से इस वीडियो के ऊपर रिएक्ट कर सकता हूँ बिकॉज मैं इंडिया में भी रहा हूँ एंड मैं रिसेंटली चाइना भी घूम के आया हूँ, वो भी एक सिटी नहीं, चार सिटीज। आई हैव इनफ नॉलेज चीजें क्या हुई है क्या नहीं, एंड आज के दिन हम उसी के ऊपर बातचीत करेंगे। लेट्स सी कि इंडिया में ये एयर क्वालिटी फिक्स क्यों नहीं हो रहा, विच इज अ वेरी बिग इशू दोस्तों, विच इज अ वेरी बिग इशू। ओके, अपना ओपिनियन भी देना तुम लोग।
2024, IQAir released their annual list of the world's most polluted cities. You know what's crazy? Out of the 100 most polluted cities globally, 94 are in India.
Damn! 100 में से 94 cities are Indian. Then India is the most polluted, like एक तरीके से फिर
94. But let me zoom in on one city in particular, Delhi, our capital. Did you know that 15% of all deaths in the city are linked to air pollution? That's literally 1 in 7 deaths.
ब्रो ये भाई खतरनाक है। इसके ऊपर ये तो भाई मुझे नहीं पता था कि भाई 15% डेथ्स लाइक इसके चक्कर में हो रही है। डैम।
Delhi's AQI hit an insane number last November. I'll tell you what it was in just a second. So if you didn't already know, an AQI of 0 to 50 is good. 51 to 100 is also somewhat fine. Beyond that, till 200, people who are physically sensitive start to struggle. 200 to 300, everyone struggles. 300 to 400, serious health effects stack up through prolonged exposure. And 400 to 500, that is emergency conditions.
By the way, let me tell you, इंडिया में जब आपको 400 IQ दिख रहा है, वो एक्चुअली में 400 IQ नहीं है, it could be more than 1000, but वो रियल दिखाते नहीं है।
The scale was designed to stop at 500 because scientists thought surely no city would let it get worse than that, right?
हाइड करो लाइक यहाँ से टाइम
IQAir reported Delhi's AQI to be 795.
Damn, but ये 2024 की रिपोर्ट थी, not this time की 795 is 2024.
And at one point, it even peaked at 1700 in some parts of Delhi.
1700, fucking hell.
Apps literally show a skull emoji now, and no, I'm not joking. Right now, as you are watching this, there are kids in Delhi whose lungs literally look like they belong to 40-year-old chain smokers, and they've never touched a cigarette. They're just breathing. Studies show that a child born in Delhi today will lose 8 to 10 years of their life just from breathing this air. If we can't fix pollution in our capital with all its resources, all its visibility, all its political power, do any of the other cities have any hope left? Is this an unsolvable crisis? No, not really. It's happened before to many cities. Just look at the case of Beijing 2013. Their pollution metrics went off the rails. Their AQI was over 7.
People पता एक चीज रियलाइज नहीं करते हैं कि पोल्यूशन एक ऐसी चीज है कि वो एस्थेटिक से भी कनेक्टेड है। इंडिया में द रीजन तुम इतना बदसूरत लगते हो, इंडिया की सारी फोटोज बदसूरत लगती हैं बिकॉज यहाँ के पेड़ों पर भी ना मिट्टी लगी हुई है। ठीक है, यहाँ के पेड़ों पर भी मिट्टी लगी हुई है, तो आप जब फोटो भी क्लिक करते हो ना तो वो ग्रीन पेड़ ग्रीन दिखता ही नहीं है भाई। ठीक है, सो पोल्यूशन इज समथिंग व्हिच नीड टू बी फिक्स, कंपलसरी है भाई उसको फिक्स करना यार।
The international media literally called it air apocalypse. People wore gas masks to buy grocery, hospitals overflowed, visibility dropped to 20 meters, you couldn't even see across the street. And in 2024, Beijing recorded its cleanest year ever, with the number of heavy pollution days reduced to single
do you
digits.
see the difference? Do you see the difference?
No, seriously,
Damn.
Beijing fixed it in less than a decade.
Damn, do you see the difference? भाई अच्छी क्वालिटी से कितना सुंदर लगने लगता है।
Sprinkling water onto the pollution monitors in hopes that it don't make the list of most polluted cities this year. See, I'm not saying the entire government is corrupt or incompetent, but something is deeply wrong when Beijing can reverse a crisis in 10 years while we're still here watering down the damn problem. Literally. If Beijing could do it, we can too. But this is a complex issue, so first we need to understand the science and politics behind why Delhi's pollution is so catastrophic. And then
yes, why India didn't get help from China? इसमें समझाएंगे कि फिक्स कैसे करना भाई, cause even I'm not sure कि एयर क्वालिटी फिक्स कैसे करते हैं। मैं जितना आई नो कि चीजें बंद करी जाएंगी, जो फैक्ट्रीज हैं उनको बंद किया जाता है कुछ जगह से या something like that. But they understand.
Show you exactly what China did, so we can see their learnings and borrow from them and see how we can fix this crisis. So let's dive in. So Delhi sits in what scientists call a geographical bowl. Now a lot of you might already know this, but pay attention because we'll also show you how China faced the exact same issue and how they solved it. So to the north of Delhi, you have the Himalayas, 8,000 meter peaks forming a massive wall. To the south and west, the Aravalli Hills. Now every pollutant released in this region gets trapped. Think of it like a prison, and the prisoners are these microscopic particles called PM 2.5. These are basically particles smaller than 2.5 micrometers. To understand how small that is, human hair is about 70 micrometers wide. These particles are 30 times smaller. They're literally so small, they bypass your nose, throat, and even your lungs' natural defenses. They enter your bloodstream directly. Now there's also PM10, that's slightly larger particles but still tiny enough to get deep into your lungs. Then you have nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, ozone, carbon monoxide.
Country, bro, they will not improve. Time lagega, but yeah, everyone is fed up at this point.
Get trapped in this bowl, and in winters it gets even worse. So in winter, something called temperature inversion happens. Now normally the sun heats the ground and the ground heats the air near it. Now that hot air rises up and carries pollutants up and away. But in winter what happens is everything gets flipped. The ground cools rapidly at night, so the air at ground level becomes colder than the air right above it. And beyond that warmer layer of air will be another cold layer of air. Basically it's like a sandwich. Now unfortunately for us, the warm air in between also acts like a lid. Nothing escapes through it. Now what does that mean? This basically means the pollutants that are trapped below it don't get carried up and away. Now Delhi's mixing height, that's basically how high pollutants can rise, drops from 1,000 meters in summer to just 100 meters in winter. Same pollution, but 1/10 the space, because of which the concentration of pollutants multiplies by 10x. Now adding to this is the seasonal winds. So between October and February, northwesterly winds sweep in from Punjab and Haryana. This pick up smoke from crop fires, dust from the Thar Desert, industrial emissions from Panipat and Sonipat, and deliver everything straight into Delhi's bowl. More prisoners.
It's like Delhi is cursed, bro. हर जगह से cursed ही हो रहा है भाई बहन चोद, हर जगह से पिच्चे की रहा है, सैंडविच बन रहा है भाई उसका.
Flooding into an already overcrowded jail. And once they arrive, they multiply because Delhi has around 1.2 crore registered vehicles. That's
True.
More than Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata combined, by the way, pumping out tons of PM 2.5 every single day. And these vehicles aren't just polluting through their exhaust. Every time one drives down the road, it kicks up dust. So every vehicle resuspends around 10 to 15 grams of dust per kilometer. And to make things worse, you have construction. Studies indicate that over 6,850 metric tons of construction and demolition waste is generated every single day. Sites are supposed to be covered with green nets, sprayed with water, and materials need to be transported in covered vehicles, but the compliance rate for this, less than 30%. Most sites just don't bother. And finally, the one contributor that everybody loves to blame, stubble burning. Between mid-October and mid-November, farmers in Punjab and Haryana burn approximately 35 million tons of paddy straw. It's a direct unintended consequence of 1970s Green Revolution policies. Basically, state-level groundwater conservation laws banned farmers from planting their crops early, which meant that the window from their rice harvest to preparing for their next sow shrank fatally to just 10 to 20 days. So the only economic choice left for the farmers during this period is stubble burning. You know what's crazy? Recent NASA satellite from 2021 to 2024 has recorded yearly fire counts ranging from 40,000 to 90,000. On peak burning days, this alone contributes up to 40% of Delhi's PM 2.5. The smoke drifts south, settles into the bowl, that is Delhi, and it's there to stay. All of this now adds up to an unlivable city that was once a glorious cultural benchmark. Now, let's look at another city. Beijing also, like I mentioned earlier, sits in an...
Right, अभी तक हमें समझ में आया है कि it's not the government का problem, but majorly because Delhi ही इतनी fucked up जगह पे है, ठीक है ना? And you feel like कि समझे ना कि they can't do anything. But Beijing में भी same चीज था, अब they'll explain कि कैसे fix किया. Let's see. Because I'm curious.
Yan Mountains to the north, Taihan Mountains to the west, same bowl effect, same temperature inversion in the winter, same mixing height drops from 1500 meters to under 200 meters in winter. A topographic study found that Beijing's terrain amplifies local emissions by 50 to 150% during winter. Their geography is actually worse than Delhi's. They also have seasonal agricultural burning. Farmers in Hebei and Shandong provinces burn crop residue every autumn. On top of all of this, Beijing also gets sandstorms from the Gobi Desert that can reduce visibility to 50 meters. So if you look at all the issues that Delhi faced, Beijing also faced the exact same problem. Geographical bowl, check. Temperature inversion, check. Agricultural burning, check. Seasonal wind patterns, check. Beijing literally had all of it. And in 2013, their PM 2.5 peaked at 755 micrograms per cubic meter at a point. Their annual average was about 9 times the limit set by WHO. But today, their annual average has plummeted down to about...
I just can't believe, दोस्तों तुम समझ रहे हो भाई, एयर क्वालिटी से जगह सुंदर लगने लगती है भाई अपने आप. Wow.
29. The sky is blue. People jog in parks without masks, cafes have outdoor seatings, children play outside, and the babies born in their hospitals take a deep breath and sigh in relief. So what did Beijing actually do to solve the problem? They created a 5-year action plan with specific measurable targets. Then they executed step 1 that shut down the biggest polluters. They closed 2,000 factories in Beijing permanently. Sheoyang, one of China's largest steel companies, was relocated from Beijing to Hebei province. The cost, $15 billion. The number of jobs that were lost, 80,000. They just did it because it was necessary. Step 2, they launched a massive subsidized program to replace millions of household coal stoves with electric or gas heaters.
I mean, yeah, that is why people can't do it, because to fix this, बहुत सारे लोग की लाइफ ऊपर नीचे हो जाएगी, बहुत ज्यादा पैसा खर्च होगा, हद से ज्यादा. And we are in democracy, तो लोग भाई चिल्लाएंगे, वो करेंगे. I think that is the
government covering the vast majority of the cost. Step 3, build and improve public infrastructure. Beijing underwent one of the most rapid transit expansions in history, exploding its subway network from just 2 lines in 2000, which is 54 kilometers of track, to nearly 1,000 kilometers of track today. China now also dominates the global electric bus market, deploying hundreds of thousands of them across its city, making clean public transport the easy choice. They basically made polluting more expensive and clean alternatives cheaper and easier.
Chinese government and people really want to improve their life, not kind like India. Yeah, Chinese people are इन चीजों में बहुत भाई, वो सोशल मीडिया पे, अगर अभी मैं तुम्हें बताऊंगा, रिसेंटली चाइना में एक वो हुआ था कि चाइनीज लोगों ने एक नई पॉलिसी बनवा दी गवर्नमेंट से कि अगर आप किसी फास्ट फूड वाली खाने वाली जगह पे जाते हो तो वहाँ पे उनको लिखना पड़ेगा कि इसके अंदर जो चीज़ें यूज़ हो रही हैं वो फ्रेश मेड है या फ्रोजन फूड था जिसको ये गर्म करके दे रहे हैं या क्या है. यू नीड टू मेंशन इट इज़ द फर्स्ट टाइम कि किसी कंट्री में होगा, और दैट इज़ चाइना. एग्जाम्पल में तुम हल्दीराम में जाओ, हल्दीराम में तुम छोले भटूरे खा रहे हो, ठीक है ना, बट वो भटूरे 2 दिन पुराने भी हो सकते हैं, ठीक है ना. यू नेवर नो कि क्या होता है, तो मेंशन करके रखना, like that is something happened in China recently.
They also planted 54 million trees around the city and created many new jobs trying to maintain these trees every 5 years. Step 4 was tackling agricultural burning strategically. They didn't just ban it, they made it economically stupid to burn. Farmers could sell crop residue to biomass power plants at guaranteed profitable rates, or they could use subsidized machine where the government covered 80% of cost to incorporate stubble into soil. Burning basically was no longer economically strategic, and within just 3 years, agricultural fires dropped by 70%. Step 5
I think it's because of mentality of some people.
Steps
लोग तो हैं, बट उससे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम, लोग कितनी ही गंदगी कर सकते हैं, ठीक है ना, वो तो है, बट उससे ज़्यादा ही प्रॉब्लम आता है कि चीज़ें गवर्नमेंट को ही फिक्स करनी पड़ेंगी. देयर इज नो वन एल्स. लोग कूड़ा कचरा डालते हैं तो गवर्नमेंट सीधा भाई उनके ऊपर अलग से वो बनाए. भाई लोग को यहाँ पे मेट्रो यूज़ करनी नहीं आती, बहन के लोग ऐसे घुसते हैं ना मेट्रो में जैसे उनको कोई एम्पैथी है ही नहीं दूसरे के लिए, समझना. लोग को मेट्रो का ही लोगों को नॉलेज देनी चाहिए भाई, दैट्स द मेन थिंग पहले. बट पोल्यूशन में लोगों का उतना बड़ा हाथ नहीं है जितना फैक्ट्रीज एंड गाड़ियाँ इन चीज़ों का है, समझे. तो वो तो भाई लोग चेंज नहीं कर सकते, वो तो गवर्नमेंट ही चेंज कर सकती है.
Satellites were monitored for fires 24/7. You detect a fire, local officials had 2 hours to extinguish it or face penalties. It literally took them less than 10 years to do all of this. So, the question here is, why can't we do the same thing? I interrupt this segment to share some important news with all of you. So, in views of it, videos, industry, from the Ministry of Earth Sciences says vehicles contribute 41% of Delhi's PM 2.5. Safar says 39.2%. IT Kanpur says 25%, and they claim that road dust is the biggest culprit at 30%. TERI says no, road dust is at 35.6%, and another study claims it's at 65.9%. That's a 30 percentage point difference. These aren't just rounding errors. These are completely different conclusions, and it happens because every study uses different methods, sampling periods, and even different emission factors in their models. And this confusion is fully weaponized as well. Every industry points to studies showing someone else is the problem. The automobile industries blames dust, construction blames vehicles, the government blames stubble burning, Punjab blames Delhi's local sources. Everyone has a study that proves that they are innocent. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court orders action. Graph stages 1, 2, 3, 4 get activated like levels in a video game. They ban construction, implement odd even, close schools, sprinkle water on roads. So when winter ends and the AQI drops to 200, we declare victory. Come next October, same script, the cycle repeats. Sure, yeah, there are attempts to come up with solutions, but those solutions seem to spring about their own subsets of problems. Just take a look again at stubble burning. The government solution was something called Happy Seeders, machine that can sow wheat through stubble. Sounds great, no? Except the supply of these subsidized Happy Seeders reportedly falls catastrophically short. For each of them provided, a lot more remained without it, making burning stubble their only option, so the issue still persists. But why is that? Is it really that unaffordable an issue? Where is all taxpayers' money going then? Is there no authority investing any time into figuring out any solutions? Do they even think about how to protect the lungs of children who are unfortunate enough to be born into the city? Well, look at this. In 2019, India launched the National Clean Air Program. 19,711 crores allocated. As of 2024, only 57% or so was utilized. That's around 8,000 crores just sitting in government accounts. And the money that was spent, nearly 64% went to dust control measures, sprinkling water on roads. A temporary fix that lasts 2 to 3 years, by the way. About 15% for biomass burning, 13% for vehicular pollution, and industrial pollution, 0.61%. These are national averages, but it paints a portrait that's not very efficient. Just look back at Beijing, okay? You know what they did first? They admitted that the problem was real. That is step 0. In January 2013, after PM 2.5 hit 755, Premier Li Keqiang declared, and I'm quoting, "We will resolutely declare war against pollution as we declared war against poverty." Not a campaign, not an initiative, war. They changed the entire incentive structure. Local officials' promotions became tied to air quality improvements. Miss your target, no promotion. Consistently fail, you're fired. The Central Environmental Protection Inspection held 18,199 officials accountable in its first round alone. Have we even taken step 0 yet? Nope. Every year, we act surprised. Every year, we blame geography. Every year, we point fingers. We're stuck in a blame game while children's lungs collapse. And here's what really gets me, Now, I know the wealth gap issue is complex and it's widening, but in so many cities in India, the goddamn health gap is widening too. The rich have a way to shield themselves from pollution. Air purifiers in every room that cost 50,000 to 2 lakh each, cars with cabin filters, offices with central air purification, kids' schools with AQI monitoring, and God knows what else. They've literally purchased clean air because they can. The air purifier market in Delhi has exploded, becoming $1 million industry. We have literally commodified breathing. But the rickshawalas pedaling through traffic, the construction worker building the metro, the security guard standing outside for 12 hours, the poor babies in their mother's arms, they are breathing everything. No filter, no escape, no choice. We are literally stealing over a decade of life from the regular people, and we have normalized it. Look, I'm not an appointed committee trying to solve these problems. I'm a communicator of urgency at best. But am I missing something? Is this really an unsolvable crisis? Is there more to it that we don't understand? Is there more that you know? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe there are angles, policies, on-ground realities that we haven't covered here. Maybe there's a lot I don't know.
Anyone know about Saudi Arabia last 2 days? Yes, I know.
Beijing was able to solve it. And it wasn't because China is authoritarian. It's not because...
मैं तुम्हें एक चीज बताता हूँ दोस्तों about China. They might be paying creators China में आने के लिए and China की तारीफ करने के लिए. तुम मुझे बोल सकते हो कि आई गॉट पेड लाइक थ्रू चाइना दिस एंड दैट, बट भाई तुम्हें ऑनेस्टली बता रहा हूँ मैं, ये ऐसी डेमोक्रेसी होने का भी कोई मतलब नहीं है जब भाई आपकी कंट्री जो है ना भाई चाइना जहाँ पे डेमोक्रेसी है नहीं, ठीक है ना, उसके लेवल की भी ना हो. आई वेंट टू चाइना एंड मेरी गांड जल रही थी चाइना में जाके, कॉज दे हैव नो प्रॉब्लम. भाई अब वो पता नहीं कैसे फेक कर लेते हैं पीपल से कि चाइना जो दिखता है ना दूर से वो सब कुछ फेक है. भाई देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ पॉवर्टी, देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ दिस एंड दैट, ठीक है ना. बट मैं यही बता रहा हूँ कि भाई हर देश अपनी चीजें छुपाने की कोशिश करता है, बट अगर चाइना इतना छुपाने के बावजूद भी अच्छी चीजें ही दिखा रहा है, ठीक है ना, तो भाई उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स उन्होंने काफी चीजों फिक्स कर दी हैं एंड दे आर डूइंग रियली गुड. एंड तुम्हें ये चीज समझनी चाहिए भाई कि एट दिस पॉइंट लाइक यू नो चाइना इज गोइंग डिफरेंट कंट्रीज में. ओसाका में चाइना ने ना अपनी कम्युनिटीज बना ली है, ठीक है ना. हर जगह पे न्यूयॉर्क में जाओ भाई चाइना टाउन बना लिया. भाई चाइना जो है ना इतनी अच्छी थिंकिंग से काम कर रहा है कि ना उनके साथ अब रेसिज्म हो रहा है, ठीक है ना उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम है. उनका पासपोर्ट भी पावरफुल बन रहा है, हमारा पासपोर्ट भी नीचे जा रहा, हमारी करेंसी भी नीचे जा रही, रेसिज्म हो रहा है, उस पर गवर्नमेंट कुछ बोल नहीं रही है, पता नहीं क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है, ठीक है ना. एंड ऑल थिंग्स कम लाइक वी आर इन डेमोक्रेसी दिस एंड दैट. आई डोंट थिंक भाई, मैं तो बता रहा हूँ दिस इज जस्ट सैड. और तुम ये देखते हो तो तुम्हें बुरा लगता है, कॉज भाई देखो तुम अपनी कंट्री तो चेंज कर नहीं सकते. पैदा तो भाई आप इसी कंट्री में हुए हो, ठीक है ना. आप इसको गालियां दोगे तो भाई आपको देशद्रोही बोल देंगे, आप दूसरे देश की तारीफ करोगे तो आपको देशद्रोही बोल देंगे, ठीक है ना. यहाँ पे थोड़ा मतलब वैसा वाला सीन है. बट इन द एंड भाई तुम्हें ऑनेस्ट बताऊं भाई, लोग को गुस्सा ही बस इसीलिए आता है बिकॉज उनको इंडिया में रहना है. अगर किसी को इंडिया से प्यार ना हो ना तो भाई इंडिया का क्या हालत हो रही है ना उसको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा, वो दूसरे देश में शिफ्ट होकर आराम से खुश रहेगा. बट काफ़ी लोग इसीलिए इंडिया के बारे में इतना बोलते हैं कि भाई यहाँ का ये खराब है, यहाँ का वो खराब है, क्योंकि उनको वो चीज़ फिक्स चाहिए, बिकॉज उनको भाई अपना देश चाहिए, ठीक है ना. इंडिया है. तुम भाई मैं जैसे जापान रह लूँ, मैं न्यूयॉर्क रह लूँ, ठीक है, बट मेरी जगह तो मेरी जगह है भाई, मुझे मेरी जगह भी अच्छी चाहिए है. मैं नहीं चाहता भाई मैं वहां पे जाऊं, मैं अपनी जगह पे रहना चाहता हूं, मैं अपनी जगह पे टैक्स देना चाहता हूं, बट मेरी जगह अच्छी तो करो भाई, लाइक कुछ तो करो. दैट इज द थिंग भाई, दैट इज व्हाट. अब भाई तुम देख रहे हो ना भाई, एयर पोल्यूशन इज अ बिग थिंग, बट गवर्नमेंट इसके ऊपर लाइक गवर्नमेंट क्या कोई पता नहीं ये चीज कब से, जब से मैं छोटा था भाई 12-13 साल का हूं तब से सेम ही चीज सुन रहा हूं भाई कि भाई इतने लोग मर गए ठंड में, ठीक है ना, दिल्ली में इतनी पोल्यूशन हो रहा है, दिल्ली में 10 साल हो गई है, हर टाइम इज द सेम न्यूज, एवरी टाइम इज द सेम न्यूज. समझे माई लास्ट शेयर रचित, क्यों भाई?
They can just order things and make it happen. In fact, in 2015, researchers ran an experiment in China. They publicly rated municipal governments on the...
And you know, इसका बिकॉज प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि लोग ना एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते कि इंडिया में ये प्रॉब्लम्स हैं. वो डिफेंड करने के लिए आ जाएंगे, ठीक है ना, वो डिफेंड करने के लिए आ जाएंगे। कोई ये एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा इंडिया में पॉवर्टी का प्रॉब्लम है। इंडिया में जो है ना भाई अभी भी कास्टिज्म है, ठीक है ना। इंडिया में फास्ट फूड के ऊपर जो है ना अच्छे लॉज वगैरह अभी तक नहीं है, ठीक है ना। कोई एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा भाई ये चीज। बट कल्चर हमारा बहुत अच्छा है, ये चीजें बहुत अच्छी है, ये चीजें वो द थिंग इज दैट व्हाट दे से इज ट्रू। वी हैव वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कल्चर, वी हैव वन ऑफ द बेस्ट हिस्ट्री, बट हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स भी है भाई। हम लंड लोग हैं भाई, दुनिया के सबसे चूतिया लोग इंडियंस ही होंगे जितना मुझे लगता है भाई। इंडिया में पता कैसे लोग हैं, मैं तुम्हें समझाता हूँ एक चीज, ठीक है, वो बहुत अजीब लगेगा बट लेट मी टेल यू चैट। केजीएफ के अंदर पता है एक मूवी में सीन है, ठीक है, जिसमें जो मेन हीरो है ना वो धरती से उठा के वो मतलब एक गरीब होता है उसको खाना खिलाता है, ठीक है ना। वो सीन लोगों को क्रिंज लगता है। वो सीन जो है ना जहाँ पे एक बंदा एक गरीब इंसान की मदद कर रहा है, वो सीन जो है ना लोगों को क्रिंज लगता है। वो बोलते हैं भाई क्या क्रिंज सीन है ये, ठीक है ना। बिकॉज भाई यहाँ पे गरीब लोग की कोई मदद करता ही नहीं है। कोई गरीब आएगा उसको 4 गालियां दे देंगे, ठीक है ना। तो यहाँ पे ना एम्पैथी खत्म हो गया भाई लोगों की। लोग जो है ना अच्छा बन नहीं सकते, लोग को अपनी चीजें पहले दिखती हैं भाई, समझे। लाइक तुम समझो ना, लाइक मेट्रो में जाते हो, मैं तुम्हें अपनी चीज बताता हूँ, मेट्रो में जाते हो, ठीक है ना, आदमी निकल नहीं पा रहा, घुसना पहले है भाई, घुसना पहले है। यहाँ पे वो नहीं है भाई, एक साथ चीजें करो, एक मैनर में चीजें करो, मैनर में नहीं होनी है भाई। लोग अपने दुख से मतलब खत्म नहीं हो पा रहा भाई। यहाँ पे ये प्रॉब्लम है, हर किसी को अपनी प्रॉब्लम हो रखी है भाई।
That forced transparency led to people within the city publicly shaming the municipalities. They then knew which high polluting firms to direct their anger towards. And this outrage, by the way, it led to those companies cutting their valuations by 37%. Ambient air pollution decreased by 8 to 10%. And this wasn't government-led, it was public accountability, a tool that any democracy could use if they only had the will. See, boycotting, shaming, and embargoes have always been the most powerful weapons, and they're wielded by regular people, the masses. In Plachimada, Kerala, local villagers campaigned against Coca-Cola for depleting and polluting their groundwater. After years of protests and legal battles, the plant was shut down in 2004. They won. In New York, toxic emissions from residential heating oil were killing people. Public health advocates used data to shame polluting landlords and push for citywide reform. In 2010, the Clean Heating Law passed. Within a decade, emissions dropped by 65%. The Citarum River in Indonesia was once labeled the most polluted river in the world. Local communities united through grassroots organizing and public shaming of polluting factories. They pushed for stricter enforcement. Today, the river is recovering. Those Indonesian communities were fed up with the label of dirtiest river in the world, so they did what they had to change it. We have a label too, and it needs to change. A child born in Delhi today will lose 10 years of their life just from breathing. Beijing has proved that you can reverse this. In 5 years, they cut pollution by 35%. Just 5 years to add back years to people's lives. The solutions exist, the money exists, the technology exists. Beijing had the same geography, the same excuses, the same political complexity. They chose their children's lung over political convenience. What will we choose?
भाई एक चीज तो है दोस्तों कि वी नीड टू लर्न फ्रॉम चाइना भाई। चाहे आप चाइना के बारे में कुछ भी बोलो बट उनसे सीखना तो पड़ेगा भाई, ठीक है ना। सैड यार ये वीडियो देख के भाई, मैं इसीलिए अब ये वीडियो देखता ही नहीं हूँ भाई, बिकॉज बुरा लगता है और हम कुछ कर नहीं सकते हैं भाई। मेन प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हम कर नहीं सकते हैं, ठीक है ना। और उससे ज्यादा बुरा ये लगता है, देखो भाई मैं तो चलो बहुत ही प्रिविलेज इनफ हो गया हूँ कि भाई मेरे पास पैसा है, ठीक है, लाइक आई हैव इनफ मनी कि मैं अपने लिए चलो एयर प्यूरिफायर बना लूँ या मैं अपने घर में हूँ। देन देयर आर पीपल जो भाई बाहर जो है ना अभी खाना की दुकान लगा रखे हैं, लाइक कोई ऑटो चला रहा है भाई, उनके पास तो कुछ ऑप्शन है ही नहीं भाई। थिंक अबाउट देम भाई, इट्स लाइक उनकी क्या लाइफ है यार भाई, समझे तुम, लाइक क्या है यार ये। इट्स जस्ट सैड भाई, एंड पीपल जस्ट नीड टू डू समथिंग भाई। ठीक है ब्रो, आई हैव लिटरली सॉ पीपल कीपिंग अ डस्टबिन एंड थ्रोइंग द वेस्टेज ऑफ डस्टबिन वेयर द फक दे, एंड फिक्स भी तो नहीं हो रहा भाई। पता नहीं कितना टाइम हो गया यार, मैं बड़ा हो गया हूँ भाई अब तो। गुड वीडियो चैट, गुड वीडियो, आई लाइक द वीडियो। ये लोग वीडियो तो इंफॉर्मेशन वाली बनाते हैं भाई, अच्छी वीडियो तो थी भाई।